Good work, kids. You're all heroes. Each and every one of you.
Please, let us through.
Let my daughter go right now!
She's a thief, hellspawn. And you will wait for Korga's judgment. Now get back!
Oh, let me through, Ragrasham, or I'll rip your damn throat out!
Animo video, I'll talk about that later. Anyway, that history is pretty well documented, but is rarely taught in school. I didn't learn about death peonage or reservation allotments until this YouTube channel became my full-time job, and I had to devote weeks to reading books. I didn't learn about any of this in elementary, middle, or high school, nor did I learn about it when I was in college, training to become a history teacher. I taught in
Just a moment.
states, and
This man is recording my story. I am far from home.
As the colourful man starts scribbling, the bear sneaks a quick look at the page. His brow furrows. Incomprehensible squiggles surround a crude sketch. A bear disemboweling a clutch of tieflings.
Come on. All the druids can understand. You can. Why can't you under the pen? I traveled a long way.
The man nods thoughtfully and adds another dismembered limb to his sketch.
Ah! You were at the gate. A few questions, if you please. How would
you search your mind, successfully recalling various details?
My, a scholar after my own heart. Uh-huh. Now, and the dragon they had marching in the rear wasn't witness. Last question, then you'll be quite free. They did. I've intended the scandal. Never you mind. I'm a... Until... Understand you?
Shh, I'm concentrating. This look good? Is the coin in the middle? Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please.
This is madness.
A what? I would...
A death viper. You've milked that poison before. A single drop of it.
She eats up wrath and keeps to...
Come, cook.
Do it.
The snake's hiss of the death of a child. A timeless tragedy that never grows old.
Very well. Out, thief.
Thank you.
Halcyon isn't here.
I didn't know. I see you.
Right there. Now, what was it? You found her. But come in, you seem healthy enough. A bit tired round the eyes. A tadpole. Come. We need to be quick. This way.
There's something in that vessel. Take a closer look.
Textbook or in my curriculum. It's kind of astonishing that teachers are considered highly qualified without having to know any of this stuff. So, in a sense, this YouTube channel is my atonement for having participated in the further spread of what I refer to as the standard American history method. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Most people in the United States are familiar with.
I hope, you know, Master, because you should all be changed. There should be a the thing in it's one not yet. Could be when whatever he found there. If you can find Halson and get him out of time, I wish I could. All I could look out there.
Protestant Christians,
take it one step at a time, come on.
Made the harrowing journey across the Atlantic Ocean and landed at Plymouth Rock. These pilgrims had a feast with the Indians to celebrate their cooperation, and that became the holiday of Thanksgiving. Over the next few decades, several other British colonies were founded on the American continent, and in 1776, they all declared their interest in the issue of taxation. I'm no less better, author of You Learned Everything You Need to Know About History in Elementary School for Better University. If anyone knows how to fix a 20-year-old CRT, let me know. This is getting ridiculous. Anyway, those Jamestown videos were my attempt to fill in the blanks and provide context to everything you learned in elementary school. I discussed many of the negative aspects of American history, which most people had never heard before. This video is about the overly positive story you already know regarding the founding of our nation. I've been teasing this for a while, and it's finally another time. Let's talk about the Pilgrims. Brought to you by Curiosity Stream and Nebula. In every classroom in the United States, American history always begins with Columbus, because that's when the world was discovered by Europeans. Anything that happened before that is regarded as prehistory if it took place in the Americas, and world history if it took place anywhere else. Despite the name, world history really means ancient or classical history. The only civilizations we never discussed were Egypt, Greece, Rome, China, enough time, all of which are disconnected from the modern world. As a result, this continuous historical narrative in the minds of most Americans begins in 1492, when Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Then, nothing happens until learn about Jamestown, John Smith, and Pocahontas. They're presented as a prequel to America rather than a tragedy.
Keep it together.
If I asked you to try and imagine what life was like for a pilgrim, you're forced to take a retrospective from here in the present back to the past. Or another way, you take the world as it is today and mentally subtract everything you know that didn't exist back then. So let's do that right now. Try to picture a pilgrim in the 1620s. There are no cell phones, no internet, no TV or radio, no planes, trains or automobiles, no machine guns, no rights. I'm sure you can think of more, but once you take that away, what you're left with is every American sitcom's depiction of Thanksgiving. Pretty much any TV show you can think of has a Thanksgiving episode where the characters are transported back in time, or have to participate in a holiday pageant where they act out some version of that fall harvest feast. The details of the story are always a little different. Sometimes they only find untamed wilderness when they land. Sometimes it's the Indian that comes to help them can be any combination. Samoset, Squanto, Massasoit, or an entire group of them. Sometimes the Indians are the ones who bring the food to the first Thanksgiving. Other times it's the pilgrims who set up the
I've got a long road ahead.
We're going to sort out those differences later. All of these depictions are similar in the way they imagine.
The back of the crevice lies a bag enfolded in the chickenest groveling of spiders. The creatures clutch the pouch possessively. You have no doubt. A spider egg is nestled with the spiders you stash. A cluster of spiders, the infuriating.
Blood comes easy these days.
As you know, many families offer to host what we are now calling the...
Well, so much for peace.
Maybe there's tiny creatures living inside of people's mouths.
She has a healthy imagination. Sounds more like black magic to me.
They were just like us, just without cell phones, the internet, cars, germ theory, and all of the other stuff that makes life so complicated these days. But this way of thinking about history is as accurate as the Flintstones. The Pilgrims were not modern people transplanted into the past. Taking a retrospective view of the Pilgrims allows us to project our own ideas of liberty and religious freedom onto them, which makes them seem more American and forward-thinking than they really were. The Pilgrims were basically medieval people with medieval ideas and ways of doing things. They're closer in time to William Wallace and the Black Death than they are to us. Because of that, it's much harder to talk about the Pilgrims and Thanksgiving when they take that approach. We begin in the past and move forward. I'll be setting up a lot of the backstory before we get to the actual debunking. But the obvious question is, where should we start? Gather around, children. Today we're going to be learning the exciting tale of the Pilgrims.
You fight well, but you're so efficient.
I just happen to have one of my favorite children's books right here, so let's get to it.
I fight to win, not to make spectacles.
Once upon a time, in the land of England, there lived a small group of people called the Pilgrims. The Pilgrims were unhappy because the king would not let them worship God in their own way. Oh, good. I was worried we were going to have to start in the plague. Every version of the Thanksgiving story begins by explaining the motivations of the Pilgrims. They were either fleeing religious persecution or seeking religious freedom, which is the same thing. If you really want to whitewash it, you could just say that they were looking for a land of opportunity for a new home.
The Pilgrims gave up comfort and went to see the world. They headed for the new world in hopes of finding a new home.
Before you go thinking that this video is just going to rag on fake YouTube universities or
Not on my mind. And, well, in it.
This is America, the story of us. Released in 2010, the DVD set is every history class in the United States. Pretend to see clips of this.
These tieflings prove fragile. I've a mind to end their misery myself.
Calm yourself. They're survivors, not soldiers.
I failed to see the distinction.
He was homesick too. Back to the year 1436. He didn't deserve this. Up until that point, the Catholic Church was the ultimate gatekeeper for all things Christian. If you wanted a copy of the Bible, you had to pay a monk and wait a few years for him to write it all out by hand. These became family heirlooms.
Have some
or basically works of art. But if you couldn't afford that,
Not now.
couldn't read Latin, your only source for theological information.
He was joking about Octa's suit just a moment ago.
Come on.
Each page required its own individually carved plate. Gutenberg changed that by allowing the same plate to be rearranged for every page, which made the whole process significantly cheaper. Within a few decades, the Bible was translated and became widely available for people to read, which allowed for the democratization of Christianity.
Still in control.
Martin Luther nailed his 95
Just.
to the All Saints Church, kicking off the Protestant Reformation, which turned directly to the Bible for salvation, which eventually created groups like the Calvinists. To put it in these possible terms, Protestants believe that the Bible is the highest authority.
Survival is all that matters.
Reformation. King Henry VIII broke away from the Catholic Church in 1534 because the Pope would force his wife, Catherine of Aragon, to which was basically a copy of Catholicism, with the king as the leader rather than the pope. Following Henry's death, his Catholic tried to reverse that separation.
How many die today? How many die tomorrow?
That would eventually inspire his dream.
But you're not. Let me guess.
When she died,
Your devil mistress sent you to get her soul coin back.
Reverse the reversal, while also reforming the Anglican Church to be more Catholic. She hoped that this would make everyone happy, as Protestants and Catholics would have a hybrid church they could both enjoy. But as you probably guessed, this had the exact opposite effect. Catholics were never going to abandon the Pope, and Protestants who didn't like the Catholic changes to the Anglican Church became the Puritans. When Elizabeth I died in 1603, James VI of Scotland became James I of
Care to explain why you reek of the hells?
He then declared the Church of England to be the only religion in war with Spain.
Well, that's quite the story. And
a soul coin
which cleared the way for England to start colonizing.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
The defender of the Catholic faith and proud to support Catholics living in England.
Don't mind if I do.
Massive losses during the war, they reneged on that promise and made peace in 1604. The English Catholics were now on their own and decided to
That's interesting. Interesting selection.
As the 5th of November. In 1605, Robert
Little bit of this.
Catholic attempted to assassinate King James by blowing up Parliament, with the intention of installing his Catholic daughter on the throne. As you likely know, the plot was discovered and the surviving conspirators were executed by being disemboweled and quartered. This began a wave of anti-Catholic sentiment in England, especially among the Puritans, who viewed the Pope as the Antichrist and demanded that the Anglican Church remove any symbols or practices that resembled the Catholic Church. It should be noted that in the early 1600s, Puritan was a slur. They were a nuisance, a bunch of religious extremists who wanted to purify the Church of England. The Gunpowder Plot made it clear to James I that the Catholic resistance within England was more widespread than previously thought, and that further persecution would only result in further violence. So after only a year, he began to dial back the torture and oppression. This pissed off the Puritans something awful, and to maintain peace in his kingdom, he introduced laws to crack down on them by forbidding ministers from holding private religious gatherings. In 1607, the Puritan minister William Brewster planned on doing exactly that. So the Irish congregation decided to separate from the Church of England. And England as a whole, religious dissenters were not allowed to leave the country without permission, so Brewster's separatists had to escape. It took them 3 tries, but they finally made it to Holland in 1609. They settled in a textile manufacturing town in Leiden. After living in Amsterdam for a few months,
Where'd this guy's self scroll go?
was published in 1611, but the separatists continued to use the Calvinist Geneva Bible. Now, I hope you're sitting down because I'm about to blow your mind by telling you something else that happened while they were living in Holland. Right? In 1616, William Shakespeare died. That's what time period we are still in. Most Americans learn about Shakespeare in English literature class rather than history. So he and the Pilgrims might as well exist in different universes. You've got David Brody, Henry Shakespeare, and Guy Fawkes over there, and The Handmaid's Tale with the Pilgrims. And never the twain shall meet. But in reality, this is one interconnected timeline. Without the separation of the Anglican Church, the defeat of the Spanish Armada, and the Gunpowder Plot, there are no pilgrims trying to leave England. To clear something up real quick, all of the pilgrims